Hey guys, Tisha here, and we're back for another Sister Wives Season 2 rewatch. This time is Season 2, Episode 9, No Place for Home. We begin this episode with Cody saying the main reason that they're moving to Vegas is to preserve their family. We hear Christine doesn't feel like it's something that they should do. Cody brings up that him and Christine are at a point which he has to say, I'm the leader and I'm deciding that the whole family needs to get on board. Christine said at the same time that he's making the decision that they, as the whole family, needs to get on board, she's making the decision that this isn't right for their family and it's going to tear the family apart. Boy, oh boy, was she right about how the decision to move to Vegas would affect them in the long run. It did, I believe, break the family apart. Them not being in that one home and allowing the women to operate more on a singular family level rather than them being a plural family really did change the dynamic for them down the line. Because think about how things are now, that those separate houses, them leaving that cocoon that they were in, did affect them. We find out that at this point that they're moving in a week and a half, that the kids' semester ends in 10 days in Utah, then they have a week, and then the new semester in Vegas begins. Meri and the family are all nervous about finding a place to stay. So we find out that with a week and a half left, that Cody, Meri, and Robin are gonna go to Vegas to look for homes. Now, I don't know what the timeline was on this, but I remember that last episode, the kids said that they found out they would be moving in a few weeks. So I don't know if this timeline was a month or what, how long it had been from the time that they told the children to the time that they actually knew and they decided as a family that they were going to move. I don't know what the timeline was, but this search for a home or homes in Vegas seems very frantic to me. And it makes me wonder if this family ever operates when it comes to a move with common sense. Seems like everything is always last minute, it's spur of the moment. Like there's never really truly enough thought put in it. Like they're kind of flying by the seat of their pants. It's okay to do this when it's just you, even if it's just you and your wife. When kids come into play, I don't feel like they should move as quickly as they do sometimes. The kids have signs on their doors saying to be positive because they feel like their parents are being very negative. Interesting that they say that because we know Cody was the main one telling Christine last episode that he's choosing to be optimistic and to be excited about the move. That way it doesn't affect the kids and they can see his excitement. But here we are, we have the teenagers letting us know that their parents aren't being very excited about anything. That seems like they're being negative. Logan is trying to tell us to imagine how their father feels with everything that's going on, kind of trying to justify why he may not be as positive as he normally is. Aspen as that if this happens, if they do, do the move and everything, that it is going to change things, which is sad. But if they stay, then they have the potential of having to be forced to be separated, not being able to grow up with each other, and eventually not speaking. I don't understand why it's that drastic of a move, but apparently that's what they've been told over the years, or that's what they've seen in other instances. So they're automatically assuming that this is what could happen to them. They say that they've seen other families separate, or they live in different households and they don't have contact, like they're not able to be together. And they want to be able to stay together as siblings. It's a lifestyle. They're not trying to hurt anyone. They're not committing, any horrible acts. But the older kids, Logan leading the charge, is saying like, we're going to try to be as positive as we can be so that it can help our parents, and that the little kids will also see like it's going to be okay. We see Cody and Logan in the kitchen. Cody's washing dishes. Logan's pointing out that this is something that Cody likes to do apparently on Fridays, and they begin putting the dishes away. Cody calls Dayton over to assist, and as they're stacking the dishwasher, Dayton is in his young age, says it's been years since he's done this. Now, it made me wonder if Dayton has even ever done it, but I thought it was cute because that just sounds like something a little kid would say, like, oh my gosh, it's been years since I've done this. I haven't done this in forever. Cute little moment. Meanwhile, Meri and all of them are getting ready to leave. The sister wives and the children are planning a surprise party for Meri. It's going to be 70s theme. And one of Meri's chef friends has agreed to cook for the family as a gift to Meri. They say that they don't know how they're going to be able to accomplish the surprise without Meri knowing, because Meri is the detective in the family. Like, she's the one that always finds out things. And when they said that, I couldn't help but think like, okay, you were a detective enough for other things, but Meri could not detect that Robin was going to break up her marriage with Cody. So unfortunate. As Meri, Cody, and Robin take the trip to Vegas, they start discussing some of the things that they really want to see, and all those things in the home. One of the things that Cody mentions is that when he talked to his realtor, Mona, he let her know that they really wanted to have a house with multiple kitchens in one home. Let's be real. How many builders think to build a home like that? Seriously. Cody says he presented this idea to the realtor, and Mona let him know that even if the house is something like 10,000 square feet, it wouldn't have a bunch of kitchens in it, and it wouldn't have a bunch of bedrooms. Like, a house that's 10,000 square feet might have as little as 5 bedrooms in it. Doesn't take a genius to know that people aren't just building polygamous friendly homes all over the globe. Cody says how it's very important that they make this work. One of the things that, sorry, I had a message. One of the things that he knows is very important for his wives is that he is able to be there every night to kiss each wife good night. So he needs to build the homes close to each other so he can do that. Things have really changed. Cody went from having to be near his wives to kiss them every night to being able to go weeks at a time without contacting his wives to say goodnight. I wonder if when they moved to Flagstaff and he did each house however he did it, because the wives were saying that it wasn't done equally, and we know he wasn't visiting Meri. I wonder if he called them each night to say goodnight, since this is what he used to have to do, is see them. Did he even call them? They know that it's going to be challenging to find a house similar to what they had in Utah, which at this point you're not going to find anything that you had in Utah. So Cody says his idea to make it more appealing to the kids, especially the teens, is to find a house with a pool. They, as they're walking and looking at different houses, and they see this cul-de-sac, they're thinking about finding homes that are at least 4 homes that are right beside each other. Cody says again how he wants them to be in the big house, but it's not possible in Vegas. The sad thing is about this is that Vegas was the last time, well, not Vegas, Lehigh was the last time that they all were able to be in that one home. I forgot about all of this. They really did kill Cody's dream as far as having the one house. But I don't feel bad for Cody, because if we think about the future, when they went to make the move to leave to go to Flagstaff, Cody already knew he wanted one home, but he wasn't honest with his wives about what he was saying. So he made it seem like they were going to find this property and then they were going to build a cul-de-sac on the property. But originally that's not what he wanted. What he wanted was the one home. So, just something to think about. As they're talking about this, Christine, once again, is in the confessional being very vocal about not wanting to leave. So Christine probably seemed to be a little more problematic than some of the other wives, because we know Cody doesn't like when you speak against him. I said earlier, they want the 4 houses in the cul-de-sac, and they want the bedrooms to be smaller. That way they can have a larger gathering space. This makes me wonder if this is one of the reasons why they had such a hard time selling their 4 houses. Were they too focused on the entertaining areas that, like the masters and stuff, weren't big enough? Because I know stuff like that matters. So just hearing them say that, I was like, I never really paid attention to the kids' rooms and stuff in those houses. Something to think about as we go into the next season and they're building their homes. I'm going to try to pay attention to what that square footage is, because I don't recall seeing really big bedrooms. They look at homes that are all on the same street, but they're not directly beside each other. It's like 2 beside each other, and then further down the street, there's another set that are near each other. We find out that they really, really want these houses. But here's the thing, you guys. Remember, at this point, they're talking to Mona about these homes, and it's 8 days until they're supposedly supposed to make this move. As they're looking at different houses, Robin says, one day I'll be fine with moving. And then the next you have Christine saying that she doesn't want to move, and then I'm not okay with moving. Do you see the little things that Robin used to do to make it seem like Christine was negatively affecting her or the family? Why even bring up Christine in that moment while you're sitting beside Cody as to whether or not you have doubts? If you have doubts, just say you have doubts. There was no point in putting Christine in it, because Christine already expressed her doubts. Once Robin sent the video to Christine of one of the homes that they were looking at, she felt better about it. Christine said, like, the houses are nice, they're new, nobody's ever lived in them before. It made me excited about it. Who doesn't want something shiny and new? If you're going to be forced to leave, yeah, I want to upgrade too. Mona let them know, that's the realtor, let them know that them being directly next to each other is going to be a difficult thing to do. That she's hoping that the financer will work with them, because they don't have a lot of money, but she's going to try and get things done. Robin says that they don't have a lot of money, but they have a lot of faith. Okay, I'll talk about that a little bit more further down. We see the family go shopping for Meri's party. They get costumes and decorations and all that old thing. The costumes alone cost $194.57. And I don't see anything to me that was worth that. Y'all could have shopped around in your house a little bit to look 90s themed. Even when Janelle saw the price, she was like, oh, okay. Once again, Janelle a little hesitant to swipe that card and spend that money. As they're setting up, they have a disco ball. It's not reflecting right on the wall. Gabe, with his little intelligent self, shows them tells Christine where he wants the disco ball to be placed and the light, because he wants to see it reflected all over the walls, and his suggestion works. I'm telling you, man, I used to get so tickled by the kids, because we can say what we want to say about their parents, especially Cody. The children are very intelligent, and they all have their own different personalities, and just I enjoyed watching the kids, and whenever I see things like this, it reminds me of that. It's 15 minutes until Meri arrives at the house, because Christine gets a text from Robin saying we're 15 minutes away, and things look very hectic as usual. They manage to pull it off, though. They get in Meri's living room, yell surprise. I see that even her mother is there, and she's surprised. She thought the 70s theme was very cute, and it made her happy. Party's over with. It's a few days after the party. The family finds out that their offer has not been accepted on the 4 homes, so they don't get to have them. So we were told about these homes 8 days into them having to move. Now here we are a few days later, so we'll say a week. until they have to move and they get told that their offer wasn't accepted. That offer must have been trash for them to get a response that quickly, like within days. They must have had people coming to the table with much more significant amounts. Maybe they were willing to put more cash down or whatever. But yeah, to see how easily that offer just got kaput. I think back to what Robin said earlier about hope. They don't have a lot of money, but they have a lot of faith. This is why sometimes we can't expect for whatever higher power that you believe in to do things for us when we're not doing our part. It takes effort from us, in my opinion, sometimes, in order for the universe to pour back into us. So you want this house, you wanted 4 houses, where at this time only 2 of you had legitimate full-time income. This show, I don't think you all had been receiving checks long enough from the show for you to count that as a form of income. So you really wanted there to be like a big move within a matter of days. I get it. Faith is really the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. And she was faithing all over the place for that move. We hear the family say they don't know what their plan B is because now they are moving in 7 days. They don't know where they're going to go, and they have yet to tell the little children. Cody says that he didn't tell little kids yet because he wanted to make sure they were protected. So he protected them up to this point. Even though at this point when you're going to tell them, it's a week before they have to move. Wow. Just wow. I'm speechless. Christine says, even knowing all this, that she's just going to try and stay optimistic. And Cody brings up Christine and what happened to her family, and he starts crying, saying how he doesn't want it to happen to him. That's the end of this review. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. I feel like it's about to start getting good because once we get into Vegas, some things are going to happen that we get to elaborate upon, and I cannot wait. Until next time.